Hey guys, Immerse here and welcome to Temple of the Jade Serpent on an Affliction Warlock. So I'm going to start the Warlock series today and hopefully try and finish it by the end of today. If the beta stays up all day and, if it does, then I'm going to get them all done today, so I hope that works out. Alright, so let's basically do what we do with every other class in this series and go over what they gain, their passives, the talent choices we're going to be making, and the glyph choices we're going to be making, and then get right into the dungeon. Okay, so as always we're going to start with core abilities and our rotation. So Corruption, Agony, and Unstable Affliction we're going to keep on the target at all times. So what do? Corrupts the target, causing 30,510 shadow damage over 27 seconds. Agony inflicts increasing agony on the target, causing 17,000 and 28,000 shadow damage over 36 seconds. Now how Agony works is the damage is dealt slowly at first and builds up at each time. At each tick, and there's one thing I do want to mention on Agony. You do want to clip it. So you don't want to wait for it to fall off and then throw it on again, because it'll get to 10 stacks, and then once it's about to fall off, you want to try your best to recast it before it falls off to remain at 10 stacks. Alright, Unstable Affliction, which is the Affliction Warlock's probably most powerful spell. So Shadow Energy slowly destroys the target, also one of the most awesome tooltips, causing 26,000 damage over 20 seconds. If the Unstable Affliction is dispelled, it will cause 17,000 damage to the dispeller and silence them for 4 seconds. Now, there's a PvP glyph you can get where it no longer silences them, but is a guaranteed critical strike, which is awesome. You can get that. Alright, we do have a new spell. Now, if you're Malefic Grasp, this is our spammable. We no longer use Shadow Bolt, and we use it when Unstable Affliction, Agony, and Corruption are applied. So what does this do? Binds the target in Twilight, causing 7,000 shadow damage over 3.68 seconds rather. Every 0.92 seconds when Malefic Grasp deals damage, it causes all your other periodic affliction damage effects to instantly deal 50% of their normal periodic damage. So you can almost say Affliction Locks are turning into a burst kind of class, because with all 3 dots above applied, plus this, we're going to be doing a lot of damage, and we're going to be doing it very quickly. So that's very, very good to keep in mind. You always got to use this as long as these are applied. Alright, now when our target is below 20% health, our rotation remains the same. We use Drain Soul, and it drains the soul of the target, causing 3,358 shadow damage every 1.84 seconds, and energizing 1 soul shard after it deals damage twice. If the target dies, 3 soul shards are energized, lasts 11.04 seconds. If the target is at or below 20% health when Drained Soul deals damage, it deals 100% additional damage and causes all of your other periodic affliction damage effects to instantly deal 100% of their normal periodic damage. This is amazing. You have to make sure once the target is below 20% health to use this. It is absolutely amazing. Now Haunt changed a little bit. You need a soul shard to cast this, and I have the glyph where I have an extra one. I don't have 3, I have 4. You send a ghostly soul into the target, dealing 15,000 shadow damage and increasing all damage done by your spells on the target by 25% for 8 seconds. So keep this up, keep these 3 up, spam this below 20% health, and keep this up constantly. Now for Drain Soul, there is a tip I want to show you guys, if I can find it. Let's see here. They changed it. Where would it be? Status text. Okay, so if this is my target, and I want to see basically when to use Drain Soul under 20% health, now I know. So it's under status text, display percentages, and on my target. So we're going to keep that for the Affliction now, just so we know exactly when to use our Drain Soul. Okay, so let's just take a look at some of our passives, and we have a lot of passives. So I'm not going to go over the pet ones because there's a whole lot of them, and for every pet you have, it'll just do something different. So Fell Armor is now a passive. I used to spam this joyfully, and it brings a tear to my eye that I can't do that anymore, but whatever. Increase your armor by 2,345, total stamina by 10%, and the amount of health generated through spells and effects by 10%. Effects meaning your health stone, spells meaning Harvest Life, Death Coil if you have it, Corruption if you have the Glyph. Very, very powerful spell. Now we're going to go down to Improve Fear. Causes your fear spell to inflict a nightmare on the target. When the fear effect ends, the target's movement speed is reduced by 30% for 5 seconds. Very, very useful, guys. It will force a rogue to blow a cloak. It will force someone to blow a trinket if they're inexperienced. It will basically just really annoy someone, especially if you have blood fear, which is the instant 10-second cooldown fear for 10% of your total health. If you have blood fear and with this combined, it will just be absolutely amazing, guys. Absolutely amazing. Let's look at our mastery. Increase the damage of agony, corruption, and unstable affliction by 42%. Mastery is going to be very important for us, especially in PvP. I know personally, I'm going to put a lot of mastery gems in, a lot of mastery reforging in, just up my dot damage. And when I spread it, corruption will do a lot more damage. Nethermancy, we have a increase your total intellect by 5. It's very, very good. Nightfall has changed a little bit. This used to proc a instant shadow bolt. It no longer does that. So what it does is it gives your corruption spell a 5% chance to cause you to regain a soul shard. Now if you look at the buff up here, it says you've gained a free soul shard. It is not free. You cannot use it freely. What it basically means is once this ticks, once Nightfall ticks, it has the same animation. You just gain a soul shard. That's it. So just something to keep in mind. Alright, Soul Harvest has changed. It's no longer a spell, it's now a passive effect. You and your demon absorb nearby wandering souls, regenerating 2% of your health every second while out of combat. This effect is disabled in arenas. Obviously, if you got away from the guys, you could just eat and do this and you'd be back to 100% health in like 5-6 seconds. Soulburn Curses. Very, very, very good, guys. This is amazing. Grants the Soulburn empowerment to your curses. Your curse will afflict all enemies in a 15-yard radius around your target. Soulburn Curse does not inflict a cooldown. Now, Soulburn Health Funnel. For some reason, I cannot find Health Funnel in my spellbook. I don't know where it is. I don't know if the Affliction Lock got the short end of the stick. Maybe I'm just missing it. I've looked countless times. I don't know where it is, but let's go over it. Grants the Soulburn empowerment to your Health Funnel. Your Health Funnel will instantly restore 36% health and reduce damage taken by 30% for 10 seconds. Really, really good, especially if you have the Grimoire of Supremacy talent and you have the increased Void Walker, which is now known as the Void Lord, which is very awesome. I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Soulburn Seed of Corruption. Your Seed of Corruption detonation will afflict corruption on all enemy targets and grant a soul shard. Very, very powerful spell to use during AoE, big PvP battles. You can catch rogues with this, and if they don't notice they have corruption and try to sneak up behind you, they'll get, the corruption will tick and they'll be brought out of stealth. Displacer Feral Druids, also good to put this up, because once this explodes in a big battle, boom, everyone is involved. Doesn't matter if they have to either blow a cooldown, and again, corruption lasts for 27 seconds. That's almost 30 seconds. 27.59 seconds. The rogue will be very hard pressed to be able to stealth around without blowing a cloak like this, unless they get dispelled. In that case, there's a big battle. That Healer's Dispel is on a 8-second cooldown. So there's really a lot of uses for this in PvP, and it goes without saying in PvE, massive AoE, just get one soul burnout, get a Seed of Corruption out there, and watch your damage just skyrocket. Alright, so I do want to talk about the Void Lord just a little bit. I'm not going to go too in depth with the other. Oh yeah, I'll just read this. Fell Imps cast ranged Fell Fireballs, can heal their master over time, cleanse hostile magic effects, and provide a health boost to nearby allies. Very, very good. Void Lords can withstand heavy punishment, disarm melee attackers, deal shadow damage to enemies who harm them, increase their health when near death, and taunt enemies attacking their master. Now this is no longer a melee taunt, it is like a warrior taunt. Hand of Reckoning for Paladins, Growl for Guardian Druids, Dark Command for Blood DKs. It is a ranged taunt. This is absolutely amazing for Warlocks, because if you pull off the Void Lord, it will instantly taunt it back. Very, very, very powerful. Alright, the Observer, which is the little dude next to me. And it's a little creepy. He's a head with tentacles and like millions of teeth and, 9 eyes. Anyway. He's on our side. Observers are drawn to magic, use powerful optical attacks which interrupt spell casting and heal themselves by stealing beneficial magic effects from enemies. Now what this actually means is it will take a magic effect. It won't dispel it, it'll take it. So if I'm fighting a priest and it has fortitude on, my observer will steal fortitude. So very, very good PvP pet. I would say for any class of Warlock, this is one of the best PvP pets, unless you're Demonology and then you have the Wrath Guard. And we'll go into the Shavera. I'm not really going to use this. If I ever do use this, it'll be a sacrifice, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Shavera are dangerous close-range spellcasters. They turn invisible, knock away enemies, and mesmerize opponents, preventing them from attacking. I prefer the other three pets. I don't necessarily 100% like this one. Like I said, the only reason I would use this is just to sacrifice and gain the CC. Alright, so having said that, having gone through all the pets, let's go into the talents. Alright, now I got Harvest Life for the pure fact that it's awesome. It's an AoE drain life. There's really not much else to say, but I will read the tooltip for you guys. 1000 mana plus 1000 per second for as long as you can channel this. Drains the life from all enemies within 15 yards of the target, causing 4,218 shadow damage. And restoring 3 to 4.5% of the caster's total health every 0.92 seconds. You're going to get a lot of health back if there's a lot of guys attacking you. You're going to get a lot of health back if you're AoE pulling. You're going to get a lot of health back if there's a big PvP fight. Use it, it's awesome, there's no downside. Lasts 5.52 seconds. Soul Burn effect, healing increased by 33%. Very powerful. Okay, Howl of Terror, 40-second cooldown. Cause 5 enemies to flee. Mortal Coil, otherwise known as Death Coil on I guess not live right now because today is the day the patch comes out, but on 4, the patch 4, this was known as Death Coil. I got Shadow Fury. I think it's awesome. I think I much prefer this over any other class. For one particular reason, Shadow Fury is unleashed, stunning all enemies within 8 yards for 3 seconds. This is all enemies, this is 1 target, this is 5 targets. This is all. So this is a 40-second cooldown. For a 10-second less cooldown, I can stun everybody within the vicinity for 3 seconds. And then if another Warlock is there or a Priest is there, come and get a Psychic Scream, come and get a Howl of Terror off. Very, very powerful. Soul Link, which used to be a very amazing ability for Warlocks. They changed it a little bit. 10-second cooldown. When active, all damage and healing you and your demon take is shared, but your demon's health is reduced by 50%. Recasting the spell cancels the effect. You do not want to use this if you're using your Void Lord to tank. You do not want to use this if you're using your Void Walker to tank. You do want to use this if you're PvPing for one. If you are AoE pulling to the point where your Void Lord will not be of any use to you. Basically, anytime you know you directly will be taking damage, use Soul Link. Best way of putting it. Blood Fear. If you're going to be a PvP Warlock, I don't see any other talent on this line to pick. Instantly strike fear in the enemy, causing it to flee for up to 20 seconds. Replaces fear. 10% of your maximum health. 10-second cooldown. And let's not forget about our Nightmare effect. The target's movement speed is reduced by 30% for 5 seconds. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, going down to Burning Rush. I got this. I like it, just to get around quicker. Drains 4% of your maximum health per second to increase your movement speed by 50%, lasts until cancelled. Grimoire of Supremacy. You command stronger demons, replacing your normal demons. These demons deal 20% additional damage and have more powerful abilities. I just went through those. So, let's go into the glyphs. There's a few you could use here. If you're a PvP Warlock, you could use Glyph of Curse of Exhaustion. Curse of Exhaustion now reduces the target's movement speed by 70%, lasts half as long, and has a 10-second cooldown. If you Soul Burn and do this, everybody within a 10-yard, 15-yard radius will have 70% slower movement speed, and will, it'll last half as long, but 70% is very, very good. If a flag carrier is coming out of the Warsongot's Tunnel or the Twin Peaks base and have 5-6 healers around them, or hope to God you never get a game like that. That would be cruel beyond belief, having 5-6 healers in a 10 or 15 man match. Excuse me. So I don't necessarily have it because I like the ones I picked, and I'm going to go into those just in a minute. Another one you can get is Demon Training. Improves your demon special abilities. Your Fel Imp's Fire Bolt cast time is reduced by 50% and fires in bursts of 3. Increase your Void Lord's total armor by 10. Your Shivara's Memorize ability also removes all damage over time effects from the target. When your Observer uses Clone Magic, you will also be healed for that amount. Increase your Wrathguard's total health by 20. Very, very good. I have this one. Increase the duration of Unstable Affliction, Corruption, and Agony by 50% and reduces their damage by 20%. The reason I have this is because I can if I'm dotting 5-6 guys in PvE or PvP, I can maintain them longer. What I mean by maintain is I can use my Fell Flame to keep Corruption, Unstable Affliction up, and I just have to reapply my Agony where I see fit, and Agony lasts for 30 seconds, I think it was. 36 seconds, almost 40 seconds. 36.78 seconds, so that's why I got that Glyph. And moving down, this is another really good one. Your life tap no longer consumes health, but instead absorbs 20,000 healing received. This affects stacks. The absorb lasts for 30 seconds. Siphon Life is another one. I have your Corruption spell will heal you for 20% of the damage dealt. If you get a Soul Burn, Seed of Corruption, when you have 10-15 guys on you, Corruption on everybody, you're getting 20% of that damage dealt. You raise it with your Mastery, 50, 60, 70% more damage to your Corruption, that's 60, 70% more healing, so very, very, very useful. So I have the Everlasting Affliction, Siphon Life, and one more Soul Shard. And my minor glyphs, your Eye of Kilrog is no longer stealth and can now place your demonic circle. In addition, the movement speed of your Eye of Kilrog is increased by 50% and allows it to fly in areas where flying mounts are enabled. And Nightmare, your Felseed and Dreadseed can cross water while running and leave trails of flame. I will show you this just because I think this is the most awesome thing. So I'm just going to go up here, cast my demonic circle. Poof. Alright, I'm up here. Pretty neat. Alright, so we are going to start to queue for a dungeon. Alright, Temple of the Jade Serpent on an Affliction Warlock. Gotta pick a roll first, I guess. And another cool thing is you no longer need to drag this, your pet's special ability to your bar. You no longer need to create a macro for it. We have a spell called Command Demon, and even though this does say Optical Blast, I'll show you guys actually. Command Demon commands your demon to perform its most powerful ability. This spell will transform based on your active pet. So that's what I meant earlier about using the Shivara. The Shivara has Fell Lash, which I believe... Actually, they changed it. It used to be the Mesmerize spell, which was the CC. Fell Lash might even be the knockback, I don't know. But we're going to be using the Observer. Alright, just waiting for a healer. We also have Unending Resolve, 3-minute cooldown. The Warlock hardens his skin, reducing all damage taken by 40% and preventing his spells from being interrupted or silenced for 8 seconds. Very, very good. And one thing I will show you guys right now. Wow, they really buffed this up since I was on this morning. Alright, one thing I will show you guys right now, I'm going to use these 3 targets right here as an example. If you have... Okay, 4 targets. 4 targets, 4 soul shards. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 targets in PvP, 4 targets in PvE that aren't going down quick. What you're going to do is you're going to soul burn, soul swap. Soul burn, soul swap, soul burn, soul swap, soul burn, soul swap. And that will apply your Agony, Corruption, and Unstable Affliction. And if you really want to get creative, there you go. Look at that damage. Very, very powerful, very... And right here you see I gain 1 soul shard, 2 soul shards. And all I really need to do is just keep my Fell Flame up to keep my dots up. And there you have it. Very, very powerful spell for PvP. Alright, just basically waiting for our healer to queue with us. Well, just in case it takes a little bit, I will see you guys in the dungeon. Affliction Warlock, Temple of the Jade Serpent. Alright guys, welcome back. I am so excited to start running this. First let's lay our soul well down. Right there. We're going to get rid of our soul link because, quite honestly, we're not going to be hit. So again, we're going to use a really, really easy, simple rotation to open up here. It will be, we're going to lay our curse on the target, Curse of Elements, Soul Burn, Soul Swap. So here we go. Curse, Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Haunt, and at 20% up here, right there, use our Drain Soul. It is so easy, guys. It is so much fun. Let's get our Harvest Life out there. Look at that. It's awesome. Absolutely amazing. So again, Curse, Soul, Burn, Soul Swap, Malefic Grasp. Actually, I forgot to put a Haunt on the target, but that's okay. There we go. Get our Harvest Life out there. Lasts for quite a long time, as you can see, and the best part of the Affliction Warlock is we can actually go through walls. I don't know if that is an addition to the patch, but I'm quite enjoying it in this dungeon. Doing a lot of damage right now. Okay, 16%, use my Drain Soul. Getting our Harvest Life out there. And if you guys want to see, there's Shadow Burn right there. Would have stunned people, but no one there to be stunned. Alright. Very, very fun class, guys. Very fun. I'm so excited to play this on live. Warlock has always been close to my heart. It is such a fun class. I've been playing one for quite a few years now. Okay, so once again, Curse. Alright. Curse, Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Haunt, Malefic Grasp. Very easy rotation, guys. Very easy. And watching the percentage, 25, I'm going to start casting my Drain Soul. Right there. And getting my Harvest Life up because I know these guys will not last very long. There you go. It is so much fun. So again, the time it takes to set up your rotation as an Affliction Warlock is very, very quick. And even if you wanted to, you could basically do the actual soul swap rather, and get ready for the next target. And I actually have one right here, as you can see, a charge. And I will use it, get my curse up once I can, exhale the soul swap, which means put all my dots back on it. Right there you can see 10 stacks of agony. I'll take it again just to keep it. And again, Harvest Life. Not ticking for very, very high, but ticking very, very fast. And combined with the other AoE DPS we have in here, I am not complaining. So again, Curse, Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Haunt, Malefic Grasp, wait till the target dies. Right there. And sorry guys, I do not have the same key bindings as I do on my live Affliction Warlock. That's why I may try to cast something and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, that's not what I meant to cast. Okay, gonna get our Tarot Guard up. Pop our cooldown. Get our Haunt up. Okay, right before we get hit, we're gonna port over here. Okay, gonna use our Fell Flame to keep Corruption and Unstable Affliction up. Okay, we're gonna run a little bit so we don't get hit. Running quite a bit actually. Okay, I'm clipping my Bane so it stays at 10 stacks. Alright, I really want to get to the other side of this guy, so I am going to just have to go right through here. Start using my Drain Soul. 24,000. Guys, if you're a Warlock, go Affliction. It's fun. There's no way around it. It's awesome. It's just such a fun spec. Alright, and just gonna go up here and start doing our AoE rotation, start looking at that in depth a little bit. And again, don't forget, we can basically counterspell somebody, and the best part about this, guys, is there's no cooldown. Okay, sorry, I didn't show. There is a 24-second cooldown. God damn it, Blizzard. Put in your friggin' tooltips. Alright, there's a 24-second cooldown, just like counterspell. Okay, Soul Burn, Seed of Corruption. Now we can do Drain Life, or Affliction Warlocks also have Rain of Fire, which I believe hits for a little bit more. 18,000 over 5, 4,000. Almost the same actually. Look at the damage. As soon as my dots are on it, the damage picks up like that. It's awesome. Okay, so again, gonna open up with Seed of Corruption. We will use Drain Life just because it's so awesome. And if I wanted to, stun them, just to help get rid of some damage. Use my Rain of Fire. Okay, and just to get my Soul Shard back, get my Drain Soul up. And also, Soul Burn lasts for 30 seconds. It's awesome, guys. Like, really, this is just amazing. Okay, so I spread my curse amongst every target. As you can see, it's on everybody. So let's get the Rain of Fire out there after a Harvest. I personally prefer Harvest, but I do think that Rain of Fire does a little bit more damage. Okay, get Malefic Grasp out there on this guy. Drain Soul. Just gonna life tap just a little bit here. So again, get my AoE Curse out there, right there. Seed of Corruption. And stun them. Get Rain of Fire out. I will sneak a Drain Soul in just so I could have all my Soul Shards going into the boss fight. Very, 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 very fun class. And just going to be such a problem to deal with in PvP. Oh my god, especially with his portal. He'll die you and just run away. He doesn't even need... that's the thing about Affliction Warlocks. They don't even need to be near you to kill you. If you have their full dot rotation, there's no one willing to dispel it, and you can't dispel it, and you have your Paladin, your bubbles down, and you have no invulnerability effects, you're really going to be in trouble. Alright, so this is exactly what I showed you guys right before I cut the video. There's 4 targets. I have 4 Soul Shards. I have 4 Soul Swaps. Absolutely full rotation except my Haunt. They're going to go down fast. Use my kill rock to get over here and set my portal. Okay, so here we go. Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Soul Burn, Soul Swap. Alright, well that was pretty simple. Harvest Life, get these guys down really, really quick. Okay, and I actually will use my Drain on this just to get all 4 Soul Shards back, hopefully, and it worked. Okay, getting my Soulburn Seed of Corruption out there. Corruption up on everybody. And this guy's going to go pretty close to 20. I'm going to use my Drain Soul. But I got a Shadow Trance proc. Alright. So again, Dark Soul. Infuse your soul with the misery of fallen foes, increasing spell haste by 30% for 20 seconds. Because the faster Malefic Grasp ticks, the more damage you do, the faster your dots tick. It's just awesome. Okay, my hunt's about to fall off. Get that back up there. Get my UA and corruption back up there. Okay, my haunt. And I'm going to use Drain Soul right now. It is such a fun spec. I can't stop saying it. I am having so much fun running with this one. As you see the new loot window right there, making you feel very special that you won something. And also guys, Dark Intent is everybody. Infuses all party and raid members with Shadow, increasing their spell power by 10%. So, very, very good. Okay, again, Seed of Corruption. Get our Shadow Fury out there just to stun them just a little bit. And as you can see, I'm going to use Optic Blast. He is locked. It's just, it is really, really... I have a Destruction Warlock on my off-realm. My main is Affliction Demon. I can't see how if you're a Warlock you would not go Affliction. It is too much fun, guys. Too much fun. Even though Destruction can potentially nuke you in like 2 seconds. But Affliction can do the same thing. And, I mean, come on. We put dots on you to kill you. We don't throw molten fireballs at you. Yeah, it might have backfired a little bit, but still. Okay, gonna get my Drain Soul up. I always try to maintain at least 4 soul shards. Soul Burn, Curse, Soul Burn. Now, I'm gonna do a lot more healing with this to myself if I needed it. And let's just go in, stun them. We'll get our Rain of Fire out. Just be completely awesome. And guys, remember, I'm 85. I'm not 90, I'm not 86, I'm not 87, I'm just 85. So, it's so much fun. So much fun.
Your forces are weak.
So again, Dark Soul Misery is up again. Gonna get our Curse out, Misery, Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Haunt. Now, I'm doing something a little bit different here. I'm using my Drain Soul, because I want to get a little bit more soul shards up there to use my Haunt, as you can see. So it's about to fall off, so I'm going to go ahead and reapply that, get Fell Flame back up there, use Malefic Grasp, start pumping out a lot of damage, and as you can see my channel bar is going down very, very fast because we have Time Warp now. Okay, so thank God I got a proc there for my Haunt. Again, another proc, which is going to work out very, very well for me. So I'm not going to waste it on applying my entire rotation immediately. I'm just going to put a Haunt up there, get this guy down to 20% health. Got to move out of that stuff. Okay guys, look, I'm going to use my... Look at that. My Unending Resolve. I'll even dispel... Oh, it went away. So it looks really cool, but... as you guys can see. Alright, and that's that boss. So, 3 guys, 4 soul shards. We all know what that means by now. Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Soul Burn, Soul Swap. And just watch them slowly die of agony. No pun intended. So I'm going to stun all of them, and I'm going to get my Rain of Fire rolling. Okay, I'm going to get my Fell Flame up on everybody. Okay, my UA rather fell off. Okay, my Agony's back up here. Again, my UA fell off. Alright. Get a Rain of Fire, wait for our Shadow Fury to stun these guys once more. There we go. tank doing a very, very good thing, making sure everybody is inside. Very, very smart. So, Soul Burn, Soul Swap, Haunt, Malefic Grasp. Wait and watch your damage meters because you will probably be on top some point during the fight. Okay, my Haunt fell off. My UA is about to fall. I'm going to try and sneak a Fell Flame in there for my Corruption. Worked perfectly, thank God. Okay, I'm going to Soul Burn, Seed of Corruption, guaranteed Soul Shard back. I'm then going to try and stun them. Okay, they're immune. I know that for next time, as do you guys. Rain of Fire. Okay, guys. Soul Burn, Soul Swap again. Gonna drain Soul just to get my Soul Shards back here. Probably doing it a full one. Alright. Dropping him very, very fast. Okay, I'm not going to actually put the free Soul Shard as a Haunt up on the target just yet, because I know the Shadow Phase is coming and I really want to save it for the nuke that I'm planning below 20% health. There's a Shadow Phase that we've been waiting for. We will have her do a Soul Burn, Seed of Corruption. Right after that we're going to fill with a Rain of Fire. Just for good sustained DPS on top of the Seed of Corruptions. Okay, so here we go. Soul Burn, Soul Swap, use your Misery, Haunt, Drain Soul, under 20% health, and just wait until the target dies. There we go, guys. Affliction Warlock and Temple of the Jade Serpent. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope it helped you. I hope you guys liked it. I had a blast running it. I love Affliction Warlocks. If you liked it, if it helped, if you enjoyed it, it was entertaining, subscribe, like, and comment. It would greatly help me. Thank you guys very, very much. And as always, happy hunting.